lots of thoughts trying to come out at the same time. But,
Labour U-turns on winter fuel payment, pensioners to receive heat and humility.
Less than a year ago, the Chancellor shocked Parliament and the country by announcing this.
Today, I am making the difficult decision that those not in receipt of pension credit or certain other means-tested benefits will no longer receive the winter fuel payment from this year onwards.
And then this happened. Labour was slaughtered in local and by-elections. So, today, under intense pressure, Rachel Reeves executed an almost total U-turn.
We've listened to people's concerns around the level of the mean test, and because of changes we've made and the stability we've brought back to the economy, we are able to increase that amount.
Would she apologise?
Well, the irresponsible thing to have done last year was to allow the public finances to carry on an unsustainable footing.
No apology then. So, do her sums add up? Not really. The original abolition of universal entitlement to the winter fuel payment was supposed to save £1.6 billion, though this was scaled down to £1.3 billion, even though some 10 million pensioners stopped getting the payment of £200 and £300 for those over 80. Today's U-turn means that 9 million pensioners whose income is up to £35,000 a year will again receive this energy subsidy at a cost to the government of £1.25 billion, with net savings no more than £450 million.
The government made a choice to cut the winter fuel payment. It is outrageous to claim that the economy has somehow improved from the day they made the cut, and they know it.
But this matters mostly because of the impact on pensioners like Marion.
I'll try not to raise my voice.
No swearing.
Or swear. I do have to watch how I spend my money.
Marion is grateful for the U-turn, but she's still angry.
They get into power. It's one of the first things they do. I think it's ridiculous.
In a dazzling display of listening or panic, Chancellor Rachel Reeves has pulled a screeching U-turn and reinstalled winter fuel payments for over 3/4 of pensioners in England and Wales, just in time for the government to pretend that it had planned this all along. Roughly 9 million pensioners earning £35,000 or less will now receive up to £300 to help with energy bills this winter, reversing a previous policy that's only helped those on pension credit. The move has gone down like a cold cup of tea at a care home, especially after local election losses where pensioners seemed less than thrilled about being left to freeze to death. "We've listened," Reeves declared. Translation is, "We saw the poll numbers and we were fucked." Kemi Badenoch, never one to miss a punch, called the shift a humiliating U-turn, whilst Ed Davey chimed in to say the misery can't be undone, though it certainly helps when the voters stop throwing snowballs at your campaign bus. The Treasurer claims the new threshold ensures no lower or middle-class income pensioner will miss out except those above the 35k line who apparently have cashmere radiators and will either have the payments recovered or be invited to politely opt out. Okay. One pensioner, Bob from Bath, earning a modest £19,500, told the BBC the change would make a lot of difference. Probably because not having to pick between soup and socks tends to improve one's winter. Of course, the £1.25 billion policy isn't coming out of thin air. Reeve promises to no new borrowing, meaning brace yourselves, something else will be cut instead. Analysts say that it would likely come from welfare or perhaps the government's collection of broken pledges. Meanwhile, critics point out that the scheme adds yet more cliff edges to an already fiddly tax system, and charities warn that it's still not enough. But hey, at least this U-turn came with a smile and fewer pensioner protests outside Parliament. The spending review lands Wednesday, and if whispers from Whitehall are correct, it's going to be ugly.
Good day, sir!
You're still here? Well. This is what being right-wing must taste like. If you want to subscribe to Just Jake, subscribe over there. And if you want to watch more videos from whatever the hell this is underneath it,